This is Coach Lee, and I'm going to talk to you about crazy things that are in your ex's head. And this is assuming that they broke up with you. So if they broke up with you, these are some crazy things that are in their mind and actually the basis for why they broke up with you and why they think they can keep this up. Number one is that they are more attractive than you. This is what they assume. This is what they feel. Or else they would want to be with you. When we see another person as beneath us, the temptation can be to be open to other people. And that's unfortunate. But that's another reason why we need to work on ourselves, not just for ourselves, but so that this kind of thing doesn't happen. But your ex assumes that they are more attractive than you, that you are beneath them. As a matter of fact, breaking up with you is literally putting you beneath them because you want to be with them. But they are saying, no, I choose that we don't be together anymore. I choose that we break up. I put you under me on the totem pole of attraction. And that's the sad fact of it. And so just like with these other things that I'm going to mention, you staying away from them, you using the no contact rule, not chasing, giving them the breakup, that's going to push back against these things. It's going to reveal cracks in the armor. It's going to question their entire basis for this breakup. Number two is connected to the first one. They think they can do better. I hate to say it. I don't like hearing it out of my mouth, but they think they can do better than you because unless they are committed now to a life of celibacy, which they are not, they think they can find someone else who looks better, is emotionally more attractive, is in a better situation, communicates better, speaks better, you name it. It could be all, it could be a few, but it's enough to where they think they can do better. Now, what happens, do you think, when you don't chase them? When you appear as though you're not interested in them anymore and you are moving a different direction? It's you not acting like they can do better. Because if they could do better, and that would mean that you weren't good enough, then you would basically be obsessed with them and trying to get them back for the rest of your life. That's an assumption that they make. Because why wouldn't you? They are better than you. They can do better than you. Why wouldn't you just constantly pine after them and try? That's an assumption they have. And by doing the things that I tell you to do, you actually push back against that and you show them otherwise. And I do have a bonus at the end of this video. So stay through all 5 and there will be a bonus. Number 3 is similar, but it's reflective on their view of you. And that is that there is better out there. So for example, if you two were on a deserted island together, maybe there's not better out there. Maybe they could do better if there were other people. And that's not good for them to think, but that there is someone better. And sometimes that can be where they have actually met this person and they maybe have even done some things with this person already and they're going to this person away from you, which is not a good situation to be in. And the question is often asked, will this still work if there's someone else? If anything will work, this will. And the same things apply as far as if they reach out to you, you don't ignore them, but you limit interaction much more. And so whereas you're in no contact, which means you are not initiating, but if they reach out to you and you do want to get back together with them eventually, even though there was someone else, which consider that that could be a deal breaker. Just entertain the idea that they have gone too far and that you will not allow yourself to be with them again. If you can consider that idea and that you still want to be with them, then just know that when they reach out to you, that it's good that you don't ignore them, but that you should keep it very casual and that you don't have to always respond to everything. So for example, if they reach out and say how you're doing and you say, I'm doing good, how are you? And then they say a few other things, you don't necessarily have to just keep responding. You can just kind of disappear. And that's not a bad thing. But they at least know that when they reach out, there's a good chance you'll respond and that they can get to you if they want to talk to you. And as I say in other videos, I'm certainly not suggesting that when they reach out, you say, I have missed you so much, and then you just make a big deal about it. Keep it light and casual as though you are busy, but you're being polite and you're just responding casually like you would to anybody who reaches out to you who you don't just hate and loathe. And if you do hate and loathe them, then Ignore them by all means, because why in the world would you want to get back together with someone who you hate and you loathe? This perhaps is a message that can kind of get through that you should move on and not even be thinking about them anymore as best you can. It will take time to get there, but just consider it. It will actually, interestingly enough, oftentimes help you get them back. And so you need to decide if that's what you really want. Before I get to number 4, click the subscribe button below so you can be notified when I have more videos like this. Number 4, your ex sees you as insurance. And what I mean by that is that whether or not they consciously think these words, it's unlikely that they do, but they feel like that they have liberty to just go out, see what they see out there, see who's out there, do whatever they want with them and see if they like it better. And that if it doesn't work out, that you will be there waiting for them. And why do they think this? Well, I've already told you, because they see themselves as more attractive than you. They think that they can do better, and they think there's better out there. And so they assume that someone in your situation would feel lucky to get another chance with them. And so they just figure, if this doesn't work out, I can always go back to them. They'll just be waiting for me. And obviously, you don't want them to feel that way. That's important. And so doing the things I suggest that you do, the no contact rule, just leaving them alone, giving them the breakup, not talking to their friends, not showing that you're hurt. These things actually push back against this and show them otherwise. And it's important if you do want them back and you want them to learn from this and see what they really feel when they actually experience the breakup. Before I get to number 5, get some information on my emergency breakup kit. I link to it in the description below. You can get information on that kit at myexbackcoach.com/EBK, as in emergency breakup kit. So get some information on the emergency breakup kit. It's a powerful guide to help you get your ex back. Don't forget about that bonus too after number 5. Number 5 is that you will chase. And part of this, again, is not consciously something they think about. But they feel like that you, so far, since they've broken up with you, you've given them nothing but an ego stroke. Even if you did the right things, the fact they broke up with you makes them feel sexier, makes them feel more desired, that they are above someone and that someone is you. And so they assume you will continue to do this for them by chasing them. And a lot of people who I speak to who've done the dumping will tell me or tell one of the coaches on my staff, they will tell them how shocked and surprised that they were when their ex didn't chase. Why didn't they? It's mind-blowing to them because they assume all these things that I've told you. They assume you will act in a way that shows they are right about you and right about the situation and right about themselves. And when you don't act that way, it rocks their world. It makes them reconsider things, and it can lower their attraction. But it also raises your attraction because you're showing strength. You're showing you can stay away, which usually suggests you have options, that other people want to be with you. And as shallow as it sounds, that's a powerful thing for your ex to see that you can be with other people because these people want you. It's social proof, and it just shows your ex that you are a desirable commodity to other people. And so maybe they were wrong about you. It helps them to look back at the situation, to consider what they really feel, to think about the breakup, to think about you. And whereas when we're around someone a lot, they can begin to get on our nerves some, so to speak, because we have more experiences with them that are negative simply because we have more time with them. And so we can begin to let little things impact us negatively, and it can lower attraction. That's why it's so important to keep the spark alive in relationships. But that's another video for another time. And now for the bonus. The bonus is your ex thinks that you won't move on. And the reason they think this is because of the things I mentioned before. They assume that they're more attractive than you, so why would you move on? And since you're less attractive than them, it means you have fewer options, and so it would be more difficult for you to move on. And so they assume that you can't be anything but an insurance policy. They assume that not only can you not move on, but if by some way you were with someone else, that person is less attractive than them because they're with you. And so they could still easily get you back if they wanted you, because who wouldn't want to be with someone more attractive? So the more you can push back against that by showing them you're not chasing them, by staying away, giving them the breakup, which doesn't make sense based on all these things they assume. And so they begin to assume they are wrong. It's how you can get them to reconsider, to look at this differently, to actually realize they don't want to break up and that they don't want to be without you. No one's perfect. So yes, it's not good they're thinking these things. It's shallow. It's immature. And love should be different. But people make mistakes. People go through times where they are immature, where they are selfish. And if they can actually learn from this and see you differently going forward, it can actually be terrific. I do see people get back together where their exes really, in a very strong way, felt these things and demonstrated them. And yet they were able to be happy together because this person learned. And so in the future, it didn't happen again. And they were happy together. So it can happen. This has been Coach Lee. And as always, thank you for watching.